Hello, and welcome to Spectrum of Innovation. And welcome to the first live broadcast of Spectrum of Innovation, your trusted news and information source. Until this program, local news and information mainly focused on Los Angeles and San Diego counties. But Spectrum of Innovation is here to change that for the 2.4 million people who reside in Riverside County. From Jurupa Valley to the Temecula Valley, and from Palm Springs to Marietta Hot Springs. You can expect the good to know and the need to know from our SOI team. We hope that you will stay with us for this whole show, but if you can't, rest assured that the entire show, as well as individual segments, will all be available on our website, spectrumofinnovation.org. We want you all to get to know us, the people behind the scenes, and see what inspired the creation of Spectrum of Innovation. We invited guest reporter Mia from Temecula's 101.3 The Mix to visit the production studio and meet the SOI team.
Spectrum of Innovation is brought to you by Temecula's JDS Creative Academy, a nonprofit 501c3 whose founder has a unique vision of what a local news program can bring to Riverside County.
The vision is to give 2.4 million people here in Riverside County news and information, which we don't have here. So that's the vision, is just to get news and information, our community information out there, our sports, our school, our students.
Spectrum of Innovation also provides hands-on job training for those looking to get ahead in their field. Apprentices from Mount San Jacinto College fill key production positions.
It's just honestly the opportunity to come here and do something that I've had a passion to do for a couple years now, and not only to learn stuff for myself but to help other people along the way is a really great experience for me.
Adults with autism and other developmental disabilities work alongside the apprentices, gaining valuable job training skills that will serve them well in the future.
Well, everybody has their own learning style, so some are visual learners or auditory learners or tactile learners. So it kind of covers all of that, because when you're working with the camera, there's lots of functions that they have to, buttons to change and things to do. And then they're listening as we are instructing them, and so they're kind of hearing what we're saying as they're working. And then, of course, visually, they get to look and see what they've videoed, and the things they've written come to life. So it's kind of like all three, and it's just amazing training.
So what have you guys been learning?
I've been learning script writing.
And how will you take this knowledge that you're gaining here into the job force later?
It'll help me get a job.
But covering over 7,000 square miles of Riverside County is a big job. For a commitment of this size, the entire staff of Spectrum of Innovation is dedicated to a great amount of preparation.
Well, there's a lot of prep, from writing to art direction to production to editing, and a lot of time to go into it. We've been working on the show, getting the first episode out for the last several months. We're going to delve in deep and talk about the things that our residents want to hear about.
Thank you for having me here today. I'm super excited to be a part of this SOI show. And I know that on behalf of The Mix and all the many sponsors out there, we're really excited. We know we've got a great team backing this show, and we know it's going to turn out as a big success.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Be sure to keep an eye out for the SOI team as they go out and about covering events happening near you and throughout Riverside County. Then come back online to watch SOI for relevant news, impactful stories, community spotlights, and maybe a little weather and traffic too. You can be sure I'll be watching SOI to stay in the know, and you should too.
Thank you, Mia, for introducing our show to everyone. We look forward to having Mia back and reporting for us again. Do you know what district you live in? And no, I'm not talking about the Hunger Games, though we do hope the odds are ever in your favor. Welcome to the Need to Know segment of SOI, where we share information that impacts everyone in Riverside County. Today, we're looking at the county's districts and supervisors, as well as how you can affect change in November's elections. Riverside County is divided into 5 districts, and the people in each district elect a supervisor who represents them on the county's Board of Supervisors. The board is charged with a lot of responsibilities such as enacting ordinances and resolutions, adopting the annual budget, and appointing county officers. District 1 Supervisor Kevin Jeffries has owned and operated his investment business in Riverside County for 30 years. One of the issues he's taken on is pushing for more accountability of the millions of taxpayer dollars spent on county lawsuit settlements, money that he feels would be better spent on vital county services. John Tavagloni, the current supervisor of District 2, is retiring, but those of you who live in the district can vote in November's election for either Eric Linder or Karen Spiegel as their next supervisor. Eric Linder grew up in the district and is a real estate professional and founder of an online communications firm. 6 years ago, he was elected to the California State Assembly, where he served for 4 years. Karen Spiegel currently serves as mayor on the Corona City Council and has been involved in local politics for many years. She's lived in Corona for over 3 decades and owns a local e-commerce publishing company. We encourage those of you who live in District 2 to visit these candidates' websites and learn more about them and their platforms. Then vote for your voice in November. District 3's Chuck Washington has served as mayor and city council member for both Marietta and Temecula. Some of the measures he has supported include those that apprehend and prosecute gang members, and protect drug-endangered children, and fight human trafficking. The 4th District Supervisor, Victor Manuel Perez, was born and raised in the Coachella Valley. He was appointed by Governor Brown in May 2017 to the Board of Supervisors and then elected to the position this past June. He's a champion of veterans' issues and is working on many initiatives to enhance services for veterans and their families. District 5 Supervisor Marion Ashley will be retiring, so Russ Bogue and Jeff Hewitt are running for the opportunity to serve on the Board of Supervisors. Mr. Bogue is a longtime resident of Riverside County and has worked in both the public and private sectors. He represented parts of Riverside County in the State Assembly from 2001 to 2006. Businessman Jeff Hewitt is a California native and has been involved in the public sector for the past 14 years. He's currently now serving his 2nd term as mayor of Calamasa. If you live in District 5, visit the candidates' websites and learn more about them. Then vote for your voice in November. In fact, we believe that everyone should go online and learn more about the county's supervisors. It's always good to be in the know. Now, let's take a deeper look into what's happening in Riverside County. We all know that our county has been a hub of economic growth for the past decade. With technology and population on the rise, this area has seen a considerable amount of change. We asked SOI Studio Director Scott Strand to look into how this fast growth affects us all.
The pace of rising employment, median income, and population has been steady throughout Riverside County and doesn't show any signs of slowing or peaking. No single city in Riverside County holds responsibility for the county's economic growth. With the economy in all cities on the rise, it's clear that the whole county is contributing. For example, the city of Beaumont consistently ranks as the fastest growing city in all of California. During the past 8 years, about 10,000 more people have moved into the area. Medium wholesale prices have also greatly increased. Riverside, the largest city in the county and the 12th most populated city in all of California, is home to 14% of the county's total population. Since 2010, over 20,000 new residents have moved into the area. The city has also seen the job market increase by 3.4% over the last year. Future job growth over the next 10 years is predicted to be over 40%, which is higher than the U.S. average of 38%. Lake Elsinore, located in the southwest region, is Riverside County's 3rd fastest growing city. This municipality welcomes 2,000 new residents every year. builds a yearly average of 600 new homes and has plans for over 29,000 more apartments and single-family dwellings. Further east, the Coachella Valley also has seen an unprecedented increase in tourism thanks to the popularity of leisure travel to the area, strong business convention attendance, increased air service into Palm Springs Airport, and the attraction of world-renowned events such as the Coachella and Stagecoach music festivals. Residents aren't the only ones contributing to the county's booming economy. Millions of tourists are doing their fair share. Temecula Valley in particular is experiencing 8 consecutive years of visitor spending growth as tourists pour into the wineries, Pechanga Resort and Casino, and Temecula's downtown Old Town. So with me today is Rob Moran. He is the Economic Development Manager for the EDA of Riverside County. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Scott. It's a pleasure to be here.
Great. So let's jump right into
Sure.
some of the questions.
Absolutely.
So first of all, what is stimulating this amazing growth here in Riverside County?
We're in the center of a geographic region that has 22 million people, part of the world's 5th largest economy, and we're at the hub of a lot of international trade and logistics activity, and we have available space for companies to grow and to move into. And I would argue that we have a very receptive and business-friendly climate here in Riverside County. We have over 1 million people in our labor force, so there's great folks that live and work here. And you know, one of the things that it's a huge asset for us is the affordability and the value that you get in our housing.
So let me ask you, what sort of challenges do you see us facing with this type of growth?
Well, you know, I think the number one question we always get is there's more people, there's more traffic and congestion.
Always.
And that certainly is one that the county, cities, and regional transportation agencies, and state and feds as well, are working to improve the mobility and transportation system. I look at traffic and I see that as being commerce happening. That's people going to and from jobs, to and from school, spending their money in Riverside County. The byproducts are, there's a lot of great things happening, and there's also challenges that provides.
Tell us how workforce development plays a role in all this growth.
Sure. So workforce development is crucially important for us, and as we have a lot of these businesses that are coming to our county and growing and hiring tons of people, some of the big players, you know, it's a struggle for some of these companies to find qualified employees. And so that's one of the challenges that we face in this really robust economy, is that some businesses are having a hard time finding labor because everybody's working. The K through 12 system is critical to that, because it can't be something that just starts when they're adults. It has to be developed as they're going through the K through 12 system, and then on either to direct employment through the community college system. They're a huge player in the workforce development spectrum, and the 4-year college institutions as well. So I would say it is one of our biggest and most important components of economic development in our region's growth.
Well, Rob, I just want to say thank you so much for being here with us
thanks
today.
for having me.
And I hope you'll come back again and share
Anytime.
some more of this with us.
Anytime.
Great.
Love
really
to have you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Now, we obviously can't cover all the growth we're seeing in Riverside County in just one story. We will be revisiting this topic and highlighting more information that you need to know in future episodes. Now, it's time for one of our favorite segments, and we're sure it'll be one of yours too. Our Hack of the Week segment features members of the SOI team who share helpful tips that we hope will make your life a bit easier. This week, the hack focuses on a little problem that can become a big issue. Ants.
With summer ending and all those pesky insects still at large and crawling their way into your home. But before you decide to pick up your phone and call the pest control company, try these at-home methods and save some honest Abe and Lincoln cash. I'm Thomas Cameron Stewart, and this is Hack of the Week. Blending borax with powdered sugar is a tried and true method to handling ants, with borax acting as the poison and sugar the bait. This technique is a quick fix for your intruder problem. Start by combining 1:3 ratio of borax to the powdered sugar. Add some water till you get enough of a syrup substance. Stir it up, and then grab a spoon and apply it to the necessary areas wherever you need them. A fun fact for all of us to know: cinnamon and ants just don't mix. Sprinkle a dash of cinnamon in anywhere you see hands. For a greater effect at home, a spray solution where you combine half a cup of water and 20 to 25 drops of essential oil. Then shake it up, baby, now. And then you just spray the solution on any of the entry points you can find them at. Don't have any cinnamon on hand? That's no biggie. Use lemon juice. This has been Hack of the Week, and I will see you again soon.
Thanks, Thomas. Everyone in Riverside County can relate to ant invasions, that's for sure. Let us know how these tips work for you. You can comment on our website, spectrumofinnovation.org, and find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Now, I'd like to introduce what will be a regular feature on SOI, our Voice of Innovation segment. This segment will highlight something that inspires us, and we hope it inspires you too. Today, our Voice of Innovation is about innovation itself. Businessman Jason Calacanis said, "You have to have a big vision and take very small steps to get there. You have to be humble as you execute, but visionary and gigantic in terms of your aspiration. In the internet industry, it's not about grand innovation. It's about a lot of little innovations every day, every week, every month, making something a little bit better." This quote also applies to what's happening in Riverside County. In every city, there are those visionary people who can see what Riverside County will become in 10 years or even 20 years into the future. But in getting there, they achieve a little bit every week and every month to solve problems and make life better here for everyone. The SOI team will uncover those little innovations as we go out and about into your community, your schools, your businesses, and your neighborhoods. We hope that by doing so, we are visionary in our aspirations, but humble in our goals to make something a little bit better for our SOI team and you, our viewers. If you have a story that you would like the SOI team to cover, please contact us through our website, spectrumofinnovation.org. With today's focus on healthy eating, it's no surprise that farmers markets are popular events. From Riverside, Moreno Valley, and Indio to Blythe, Banning, and Beaumont, you can find one in just about every community. What you might not realize is that behind the colorful produce stands are local experts who have a wealth of knowledge to share. We sent out SOI apprentice Danielle Baxter and the SOI team to talk to these experts and find out how we can get the most out of our farmers market shopping.
We're here today at Temecula's Farmers Market, held every Wednesday at the Promenade Mall. Here with me is Gail Cunningham, who manages all the farmers markets in the area. How are you doing, Gail?
I'm doing great, thank you.
And how many farmers markets do you manage?
I manage 5 farmers markets, 3 of them in the Temecula area, and all of our farmers markets are certified farmers markets, which means that we are certified by the Department of Agriculture. We don't buy and sell, we grow everything that we sell, and we are real farmers.
And tell me more about the Temecula Farmers Market. How many growers are here?
There's 15 growers at this market. We think we have almost every fruit and vegetable covered. They love to talk about their product. They're proud of what they do, so they will talk your ear off.
All right, SOI team, let's go talk to some farmers.
What product do you have, and tell us a little bit more about it?
All right, so I'm Jonathan Davis, the owner of Tule Peak Farm. We specialize in specialty produce and microgreen.
How do you store them to keep them fresh so they don't get brown or anything like that?
We do our best to bring them ideal for storage at home, so we try to make sure that these greens are well watered but at the same time dry, because moisture is your enemy. So really you keep them in the clamshell that we pack them in the crisper drawer of your fridge, and that's all you really need to do.
Where do you grow your produce?
We grow right here locally in Riverside County, right here off of Cajalco Road down to 15. We have cauliflowers, carrots, celery. We pretty much grow like any vegetable. And fruits, strawberries, blueberries, and blackberries, all locally right here in Riverside County.
All we grow are apples. We grow about 15 varieties of apples. We're all organic, certified organic. If you want sweet and crisp, it's these Fuji's here. And if you want a little sweet tart flavor, it's these Pink Ladies.
Triple thumbs up.
Yeah.
If some shoppers were to buy some, do you have any produce storage tips for them?
Yeah, I would put them in the fridge. You know, that the fridge is pretty good. And these Fuji's and Pink Ladies would, even at this point, should keep up to a month in the fridge.
Thank you for your time, sir. We appreciate you doing this for us.
We visited some other farmers markets in Riverside County. Let's see what they shared with our SOI team.
What are the benefits of eating nuts?
They're good. They're good proteins. They're really good for you. Some of them. Like one of our really popular items for health is our chia seeds. It's supposed to be really good for you. It's supposed to burn the bad fats, lower cholesterol. It makes you feel keep you hydrated. Doesn't make you as hungry as much.
What do you have here?
Well, obviously the name implies that we have coffee, hot coffee, iced coffee. We sell fruit-flavored lemonades and teas, and we've recently added barbecue. We're selling barbecue tri-tip. We'll also be doing occasionally pulled pork, ribs, some other barbecued items like that.
So, what do you like being in the farmers market?
The farmers market is great for a small business owner because it's a low overhead. You don't have a building that you have to pay rent on, and you get to be out close to the neighborhood, and it's a different place each day.
Great information gathered by our SOI team. Our viewers now have some great farmers market tips. We'll see you back at the studio.
Thank you, SOI team. We're looking forward to more stories as you all explore and learn about our communities. This next segment will keep you in the know about the county's current events that affect you and where you live. If you drive where the 15 and 91 freeways connect, you might have noticed the frequent nighttime closures thanks to the county's multi-million-dollar interstate improvement project. According to the Riverside County Transportation Commission, you can expect closures tonight and tomorrow night on both the I-15 northbound and southbound lanes, running from SR 60 to 2nd Street. Fortunately, they say at least one lane will remain open. Also, the construction work that started earlier this month on 3rd Street beneath the I-15 will continue through Friday, October 26th. Further south, there is major construction activity happening on the I-15 and Temecula Parkway, which necessitates ongoing nighttime closures. Tonight, the northbound off and on ramps will be closed. Also tonight and tomorrow night, you can expect the northbound lanes in that area to be closed on alternating basis. Drive safely out there. Moving on to sports. We're in the thick of high school football season right now. In Southern Section Division 1, the top Riverside County team is Corona's Centennial High, who are holding on to the number 2 spot. The undefeated Huskies are ranked 7th nationally and will be playing against Riverside King High School tomorrow night. Moreno Valley's Rancho Verde High School is in first place in Division 2 and will face off against Paloma Valley this Saturday. Paris Citrus Hill claims first place in Division 3, and they're playing an away game against San Jacinto tomorrow night. Good luck to everybody and let the best teams win. Are you looking for something fun to do with friends and family? There are plenty of fall festivals, haunted houses, and other events happening all over the county. But those of you who live in or near Norco should check out the city's Rolling Devils Wheelchair Basketball Tournament this weekend and watch amazing athletes compete in a nationally recognized sport. In Palm Springs, there's something for everyone at the 4-day Cars, Stars, and Rock and Roll Festival, which starts November 1st. While there, you can also participate in their car and music memorabilia auction, where a portion of the proceeds will help support the Desert Cancer Foundation. The historic Mission Inn Hotel and Spa in Riverside is hosting their inaugural Wine and Food Festival on November 2nd. Not only can you indulge in their tasty offerings, you will also feel good knowing that a part of their revenues will go to Olive Crest, a nonprofit that supports local at-risk kids and families. And last but not least, on October 26th and 27th, you can experience thrills and chills in Temecula at the Hollywood Horror Haunted House, which is produced by JDS Creative Academy. Yep, the same people who bring you SOI. So come on out and meet the team. Your support at this event will go towards their scholarship fund. For more details about all these need-to-know happenings, go to spectrumofinnovation.org and click on the information page. SOI Spotlight of the Week focuses on businesses, organizations, and people that the SOI team thinks you'll find relevant and interesting. For today's Spotlight, the team stopped by Lake Elsinore's Animal Friends of the Valley to find out more about what they do and look at one of the special programs they provide for the community and animals alike.
Animal Friends of the Valleys is the local animal shelter here in Wildemar. We are proud to serve 6 cities in our area, from Temecula up to Lake Elsinore, all the way through Menifee. And we are a really special place because we are able to take care of over 13,000 animals every year, and our mission here is to find forever loving homes for every single one of those pets. We started as Lake Elsinore Animal Friends, otherwise known as LEAF, and we were located in Lake Elsinore serving that area. When the need arose for more animal services in our valleys, we decided to expand throughout the valley here. And when the original shelter that was located in Lake Elsinore burned down, the 6 cities that we cover here were able to come together to create this beautiful building here so we can serve all the shelter pets.
Your cause has grown a bit. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, we have been fortunate to be able to expand a lot of our programs here. We have a full-service spay and neuter clinic that also gives vaccinations. We are able to bring in wonderful programs such as the Saving Huey Foundation for Huey's Heroes. We're able to do about 100 adoptions every week, plus or minus, and it has been a really fantastic experience here in our valleys.
We started the program a few years ago in an effort to encourage people to come into the shelter. A lot of people have associated shelters as sad places, and we wanted to show people that that's not necessarily so, and that people have the ability to change the animals' personalities in the shelter. And so here in the reading program, the kids can read to an animal, and the animal doesn't judge them if they stumble or if they're just learning to read different levels.
I believe it's important for the community so they have an opportunity to come to the shelter and meet the dogs one-on-one, and for all ages. I think it's a great opportunity for kids to learn about the behaviors of the animals and get to know what it would be like to take care of an animal before taking one home.
What's your favorite part about reading to the dogs?
Well, I like reading to the dogs because I like to show love to the dogs because sometimes they're scared from leaving their owners that they already had. So when you read to them, it kind of gets them calmer so they're not scared anymore.
We like to support our community. We're involved with our community, and it's a great way to see how much their reading improves with the animals because they don't get to be interrupted.
Usually they don't get not interacted with, but read to or stuff like that. So by reading to them, it helps them and us.
Well, we are an animal family. We love animals, so this gives us a chance to interact with the animals and just, like I said, read to them. They don't judge if we read good or bad. It's just we have fun with them, and it gives us a chance to meet all the animals and have fun with it.
It's amazing to see what a few moments can do for those who need it. For more information on Animal Friends of the Valley's Huey's Heroes program and the Saving Huey Foundation, go to our website, spectrumofinnovation.org. And that's a wrap for the first episode of Spectrum of Innovation. But I don't want to leave without first reminding you that the deadline for online and mail-in voters registration is this Monday, October 22nd. You can find a link on spectrumofinnovation.org that will help you do just that. Then be sure to vote on November 6th. Join us again on November 15th at 1 p.m. when we are back with another live show. Meanwhile, continue to visit us online, where you can rewatch this episode as well as individual segments. You can also click on the Contact Us page on our website and tell us about the Riverside County information you want to know, and we just might cover it in future episodes. I'm Johnny Legnard, and on behalf of the whole SOI team, thank you for watching Spectrum of Innovation, news and information for the Riverside County. SOI out.